Welcome to the Global Knowledge Project. So, most people will be doing their project on what we call a tri-board, and that is a board that looks something like this. Now, these boards are available at the dollar store, they're available at Staples, and there are some in the school supply room. So if you can't get out and get one or can't afford to buy one, then come see me and I will certainly make sure that you are provided with a tri-board. There are also templates in the information I gave you and also available on the website for each of your choices. So I'm going to pull up a few of those templates now, and we'll start with the comparison, country comparison. So as you can see here, this is just a template. This is a suggestion of what you might do, although you don't have to follow it. This will give you a good idea of what we're looking for here, okay? So you're going to choose, if you choose this category, you're going to choose three countries. A very highly developed country, a medium developed country, and a low developed country. And you would have a map and a flag for each of those countries here. You would describe in detail what the average or norm is for those countries. And you would take some pictures of each of them, and then you would have some facts and some statistics. Now, it's important to remember here that you want to be clear that you're comparing the same thing. So if you're comparing schools for one country, compare schools for the other two. If you're comparing houses, please compare houses. Again, your pictures should be the same sort of pictures to give you an idea of the differences between the very high, the medium, and the low developed countries. So we're going to flip again to another template here. If you were choosing a person of change, okay, here's the template. You'd have a title up here. You could have a picture, a graph, a map of where they lived, some interesting statistics, a brief 1 or 2 line explanation of what they did, their background over here, the issues and the problems, what were the conditions and hurdles that were facing them, what were some famous moments, speech, a quote from this person, what this person did would go over here. The result, what's the result of their efforts, how are they being remembered today, or what's happening differently today, and other groups or people who have helped and worked with or against this person and how they factored in. So again, this is just a suggestion of what you might consider putting on the board, okay, but you want to make sure that the board looks nice, but it also has a fair bit of information in it. So we'll flip over now to events of change, which is fairly similar. A background is the event thought of as positive or negative and why. Famous moments against speeches. Pictures, maps, graphs, a brief 1 or 2 line explanation, some statistics or facts. Did you know? Other interesting ideas. What has been your reaction to learning more about this event, or what was the world's reaction? What actually happened in the event. This could take up a large chunk here. Please use examples and stories to make it more interesting. And then finally, what was the result of the event and how are things different now? Okay. And then finally, I'll pull up the template here for the global knowledge, or global issue. Okay, and again, this is where I think most of you will find. You will pick an issue that affects the world, okay, and then you'll give a definition or an explanation right here. Again, some pictures, some graphs, some maps of where this is important or what areas of the world it affects, some statistics, some did you know, some interesting ideas. What's the problem? Describe in detail what's the problem and how it affects people on the planet. What makes things worse? What are the negatives? What are the hurdles that get in the way? Some examples or stories of how this issue affects people. What other issues are connected and why? Often sort of like hunger leads to health issues. It can also lead to education issues, those sort of things. And then on the right-hand side, the solutions. What can be done by governments and charities and NGOs? What makes things better? What are the positives? What are making things better? Some examples of people overcoming the issue. And I think most importantly here, what can individuals do to help? Is it spreading information? Is it making more people aware? Is it donating? Is it helping out somehow? And that would happen right here. So these templates should give you a good idea of how you would use your triboard, okay? And you would have a lot of interesting information, pictures, maps, and graphs, and all sorts of things. I hope this helps.